com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live this Tuesday from, again, one of our favorite stops on the monthly food tour, Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops, and we're here today with Richie Gilbert. Welcome back to the Lunchbox, Richie. How are you?
Son of the owner. You have to have a lot of pride in the restaurant when it's family owned and, it's all genuine, quick work. We grill everything fresh to order. We got some of my favorite items out here to sell today. So it's going to be
faves.
It's going to be easy to talk about all these items right here because it's definitely some of my favorite things to sell. Mostly it's a burger when you come down to Gilbert's. But once you've been here a couple times, you take a look at the menu, you start to branch out a little bit. You realize that there's more to offer here, and so you can mix and match while you're here. If you dine in, then you might get wings and a burger.
I love this guy because not only does he bring out a spread like this, he gives a setup long enough for me to chomp down on one of these delicious wings.
Not quite long enough.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for the intro. No, I love coming down here. It's a great area, first of all, 17th Street, and nice drive down the beach on A1A, and you roll in here, and it never ceases to amaze how overwhelming the assortment and the presentation of the food here is at Gilbert's. And then you look at the prices on the menu and you're saying to yourself, how are these people still in business? How are they making money?
Because they love to, they do great work and they get great word of mouth, and that ensures a steady flow of customers. And even though they could be charging higher amounts because the quality here merits a higher pricing, they don't want to gouge people. They're like all of our sponsors. Right? Value is a consideration. Family friendly, tourist friendly, anybody who comes in here friendly. Right? I mean, that's all about
our prices have increased over time, and some people have noticed that. But overall, we try to connect the value with what the customer is getting always, and that seems to always match up very well. It's always a good balance to understand that your pricing has to match up with what they're getting.
You can charge triple for these sweet potato fries because, again, Defo dove in.
Very
Half
addicting.
of it's gone.
Yeah.
Usually it's me that's chowing down, but he is
everybody's had a hand in that one.
That's good stuff.
Wide assortment, though. And then the other thing that I love about Gilbert's is, you're thinking, okay, Gilbert's 17th Street Grill, it's burgers. But I have to say, outstanding chicken wings. And then you have an assortment of seafood, including the
cod sandwich?
Cod with the cheddar. And then this is what? Tuna here?
Mahi, right?
I call it the Little Richard.
This is the Little
Okay.
Richard?
So it's a sandwich you can order. I call it the Little Richard.
Yeah.
When I started working here on a regular basis, I couldn't have a burger every day. So I had to have something that was a little bit more concise. And the mahi was always a nice, refreshing sandwich. I like it a little spicy. I put a little blackened seasoning on it. Sometimes the blackened seasoning gets all over the fish. It gets spicy. So I like to alleviate that spice with the mushrooms. It goes together like peanut butter and jelly. I can't imagine a better combination.
So is it just
than blackened mahi and sauteed mushrooms?
Simple sauteed mushrooms,
Correct.
Like just some butter and
nothing different than what we put on the burger.
And I think that has you written all over it there, Defo. If you
looks
want to
great,
do the honors to cut it, because or Lubie is our official designated cutter here.
Yeah, but you're going to have to perform your magic here with some of these burgers.
I'm not doing nothing yet. I'm going to reserve myself because
we have a couple of varieties.
He thinks I'm like a carnival, a clown.
It's become a circus act,
a trained monkey or something.
Think of yourself at a 5-star restaurant right now. So start with either the wings like you have, or maybe a little bit of the ribs. So that's like your appetizer portion right there.
If I'm assuming I'm at,
and then we'll get to the burger. We'll get to the fish sandwich.
I might be maybe need some goggles or something. Maybe you
The
guys
combination
need
of
goggles,
the
way
mahi and the mushrooms
I
is
think you need to
That-
try
I'm
that.
gonna
it's
take
life changing.
I'm
It's
going
life
to take a
changing.
monster mayo
It-
bite
it-
of
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. You do
It
that
is a
one.
life.
Much to
It's a life-changing
Lubie's
bite.
chagrin.
Plenty of mushrooms in there. I'm seeing them.
So look at this. We got people here. A perfectly grilled piece of mahi tuna, and I assume it's from local waters.
There's a
'cause
sauce
it's
that goes
mahi.
with it here, Michael. What is this sauce
Oh, what
that you
is
guys have?
this? Is that does this go with?
That's a pineapple salsa.
I'm not
Add
gonna
that
do
in there if you
pineapple.
want to
When
try
I-
it.
When I'm
He
one of those
just
guys.
condemned all pineapples applications of them.
Look,
Yeah.
we know this, Richie, right? Food is subjective. There are no wrong answers. It's just everybody has their personal likes and dislikes. I know that the pineapple goes splendidly with the fish, but if I've got a blackened seasoning and some beautiful sauteed mushrooms, I'm not going to put some pineapple salsa on it unless you recommended it for the second bite.
Nothing else. Yeah. Try that.
For
Try
the
it
first bite,
time.
I'm going in.
Be objective. Try it one way
And,
and then the other.
Do you want this to be a jumbo bite, medium-sized bite, or
Yeah, I think it's
or
a good
a
way to start.
refined food critic bite?
You don't have
Go
such
right
a
in the
thing.
middle.
Yeah.
Get it all.
Here we go. Talk about the destruction of food, Richie. How sad is that? Would you normally be inclined to
Slow it down.
call the police
Slow it down.
after
I
something
see
like
the
that?
smile. There's a smile. That's all you need. He doesn't even need to talk.
Do you have anybody
You
that
see
knows
it.
the Heimlich maneuver?
Not only
here?
is it a good bite,
He would do the fist pump, but he's got both hands on the sandwich. Though
he called this life-changing. I call it spine tingling. There's actually shivers of pleasure
so
running
I
down
call
my back right now.
I call
from
it the
how
Little
good-
Richard. I call the sandwich the Little Richard because you take a bite out of it, and the first thing you're saying is "Good golly, Miss Molly."
And if you put the pineapple on it, you could say tutti frutti. There you go. How about that one?
I love it.
Excellent fish. I mean, perfectly grilled, not overcooked.
One of my
Moist.
favorites to sell. If they don't go for the burger, if they ask for mahi, I say, "Do you like it blackened?" They say maybe no. They may say yes, and then I say, "Do you like mushrooms?" Or I'll go either way. I'll say, "Do you like mushrooms?" And then I'll get them to order the combo on my own.
Defo, you should try it by
I'm going to bide my time here because there's so much stuff.
While we're on the
Yeah.
fish, we might as well jump to the cod. I mean,
Tell me about the cod, but can I just shower you with praise because I've never had this before. I didn't even know it was a thing, and this is one of the blessings of being able to do this show here once a month is to get turned on to menu items. I've been coming here how long, Richie? Like 13, 15. You've been open how long? How many? It's
15 years. You've
Yeah.
been here 14.
14 of the 15 years.
Easily.
For a while, I was just the burger guy. Then I branched out and I did some of the ahi tuna, the nice salad, then the roast pork sandwich. Believe it or not, Defo, I haven't gone to the fish side of the street here that much because I do like to eat fish and seafood and I like to eat healthy.
You got to be
But when I
competitive.
come here,
right?
I always think like of the burgers and the wings and the ribs. But man, that is one great sandwich, Richie.
Thank you,
It's
thank you.
something that I am going to be putting on my heavy rotation
I had to create something that I could eat during the day that could get me through the day.
until you get to the burger.
Up next.
All right, now we got
Okay, so everyone
this.
orders codfish. They love the codfish.
There you go.
They love the codfish. We have a fresh tartar sauce on the side. People like lettuce, tomato.
Look at this, folks.
I
That's
like
a big-
the burger
thick
style where they
piece
put
of
cheese on it. For some reason,
This
Either-
reminds me of a really grown up, really a quality version of a old fillet of fish sandwich from McDonald's, right? Basically, maybe. Except
You
much-
mentioned
100
McDonald's
times
at Gilbert's.
better.
What is
I've
wrong
never,
with
I've
you?
never
just wanted
eaten
to
that
kill
thing.
me.
Oh, my
I've never eaten that
God.
thing
I've
before,
never-
but I
I've never
guess that
seen
was
one of these
I
ways.
would imagine.
Switch
I would
from the light
imagine that
to
would
the
look like.
darkness. It's like,
Gilbert's will be out of the
did you just
rotation
dare
here.
to compare my sandwich to a McDonald's?
The way
Pull
it
the
looks,
spots,
so
pull the
I understand
spots.
what you're going
Oh,
for.
just the melt because they did a cheese melt on a it was a frozen.
You'll never get out of this one. Just eat
Okay.
it.
You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
What's the batter? The batter looks fantastic. I think I'm just gonna nibble.
That's the panko. It's just like a
that
panko bread.
panko is so good.
Go
I
in
didn't
the
even
middle
have
of
the
the
fish.
sandwich again. You got to catch the cheese
No, I'm
with the
going in
fish.
a little like
If you
I'm
like tartar,
I'm
I mean,
doing a little
please.
like Magellan exploration here. I'm like kind of one step in front of the other. I got the panko. Now I got a little bit of the it's cod, right?
I'm going for the other
What's the
half.
difference in cod and
There you go.
flounder, or is there any?
This is also a great
This
sign.
is a nice
I mean,
white
the
fish.
man who made
it doesn't
the dish
have a fishy
loves
taste
it.
to it.
Yeah.
A lot
You know
of
what?
times you order grouper, you get the fried grouper, and it's got just the sea taste to it.
Yeah.
The codfish, it
a very
has
mild
a very
fish.
it has
it's
just
a
a very
mi- it's a-
chicken kind of flavor, just a
something-
midline. and you want to add something to it. Sometimes it's sauce, sometimes it's
Something that we used to have a lot up in Boston where I went to school was the cod, the scrod on Fridays. I put a little bit of the tartar sauce on it because to me this sandwich screams for a little nice creamy tartar. Is this a house-made tartar you got? You got everything here. Is
you
they
have
take
to add
quality.
the tartar sauce.
You want to do any play-by-play?
I'm
here?
just
This is gonna
shy
get ugly.
sometimes.
You're doing your own play-by-play as you're consuming this, which is an incredible talent that you have. All right, and that really, I mean, and the steam coming out of it looks fresh as a daisy. I would have to say that that is a juicy piece of scrumptious fish, and I don't know how it compares. You
So
were raving
well
about the mai, but that looks just as good. I mean, I wouldn't say it looks anything like a chicken. A fish fillet you would get at McDonald's. In fact,
I'll second that.
yeah, I mean, it's so far from it.
I'm never going to live that down.
Yeah.
Is your mother watching, by the way, or is
She might
no
be.
longer?
She
Yeah,
might
she
be. She
probably
has
threw
access to the
something at
phone
the
right
screen
now.
when you said that. Yeah.
She's on the way down
Anyone
right
has
now with
access
the
to a
hatchet.
phone.
Yeah.
And we got to give good wishes and get well. I mean, Lenore obviously is not here today, and she's usually the
I'm
life of
filling
the
her
party.
spot. Yeah, she would be here. Filling her spot. She's been out for over a month right now, doing well at the house. We'll be back working, watching all of us as we work,
Oh, beautiful.
making sure that
And later in the show,
her operation is
we're going to
running.
have your sister Beth is going to come on, and apparently she has been trying her hand at some of Mom's desserts and has the recipe to the key lime
They're very
pie.
exotic here too. I mean, and they don't mess around. And some of those shakes. That's
Oh.
the other thing. Those are almost scary, when they come out. That rich, really phenomenal. But she says what that over Lenore's dead body. That's how she's going to get the recipe for the key lime pie. Was
No,
that?
for the
No, the
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
She
Oh, the
gave
cheesecake,
up the
okay.
key lime pie, and actually Beth has been baking some of those, and we're
And
going to
doing well.
sample one of
Yeah.
those.
Doing well.
And she wants my honest critique on air live, and we'll do that later. But Lenore refuses to give up the ghost on her cheesecake recipe. I guess it, is not forthcoming yet, which is a really good sign because it
Yes.
means that she is on the rebound, on the mend, and we'll be back here soon enough. And Lenore, God bless, heal up. We miss you here, and I know that you're going to get back here soon and torment
100%.
me for my rude comments. That not torment. But
It was a pictorial thing. I'm very photo.
well, the thing
related.
was, when I see the cheese over the fish fillet, it just brought back
I don't
all
know
kinds
what-
of memories.
Okay.
And it wasn't back in the day.
No, it looks nothing like it. I would have to say. I mean, it'd be like saying that George Clooney looks like Pauly Shore. I mean, and acts like him. There's no comparison whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this is a world-class fish sandwich here, Richie.
So
So the Little Richard, and does this one have a name? The cod one?
No, it's just a codfish sandwich. We got the tartar sauce. You like cheese? It's a good option. You like melt? I put American. You like flavor? I put the cheddar.
So we'll call it cod au gratin. And
He's so God, Rich. You overwhelmed him here.
I'm already
He
breaking-
hasn't even
we
gotten
hit-
into the burgers
the
yet.
weird
That's the
part
funny
is,
thing.
usually
We almost hit the ceiling off the first sandwich.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
The weird part is usually I break into the meat sweats here, but today I'm breaking out into the fish schwitzes
Yes.
because these sandwiches are good, but I'm kind of like
Well, you're like a
it's-
quart
it's
low
like
on blood,
exercise.
also, aren't you? I mean,
Yeah, they did
weren't
draw
you
a
at
little
some
blood
medical
today.
facility?
it's that time of the year
Right.
where they got to kind of.
You think that was a result of having all of that fine food that we had at Talia's Tuscan table last night, and then going and having a Cajun feast 5 minutes later at the
did one of
Anchors
those
Away with
doubles
Tom
last night.
Tanazzini? My God.
But they asked me this morning, "Have you been fasting?" I was like, "Yeah, all I had was a cup of coffee and
And you're
black
supposed to
coffee."
fast for your blood test on
No,
top of
as
that.
of midnight.
That's funny.
They say as long as you don't eat after midnight. I ate everything in the world up from basically 6 p.m. through
Yeah.
midnight. We pre-taped the show last night, Richie. Are you into basketball, college hoops? Because we spoke with the basketball coach at
That's awesome.
Florida Atlantic, FAU,
Dusty
Dusty
May.
May.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good guy.
And we taped
What a
that.
season they had last year.
It was incredible, and we got to chat with him, and we're going to air that this Thursday. It's going to be a Lunchbox special where we pre-taped evening and some eating and some chatting with Dusty. It was I thought it was a fantastic
Oh, no,
time,
he's
right?
great. What a good guy. I mean, we had talked to him before, and he was mostly speaking in, even though you could tell he was a very nice and engaging person, but he was speaking in coaching cliches. It was during the season. So it was nice to see, his whole story and how he ended up staying at FAU, which you would never see this. This really speaks to a nobility that I don't think a lot of people experience anymore. He sticks around. Now he's going to eventually get some big fat contract somewhere at a large school if he continues
Probably
to have the
3
success.
years. I give him 3 years.
But he could have left, and now the players also have this option where they can leave for more money. And in the case of FAU, their budget is extremely low compared to any of these powerhouses. So it was temptation all over the place for the players to leave. A couple of them showed up, couldn't be any nicer kids, and it was really the old cliche where they really wanted to just stick together and see what they could do for the good of the team and the good of the school and all of this. And it was old school thinking for sure.
And he's a very well-mannered kind of buttoned-down Midwestern type. He grew up in Indiana. He actually started off. He knew he wanted to be a coach. He thought he wanted to be a high school coach, and then he ended up being like a student manager on Bobby Knight's Indiana teams, and then he worked his way up from there. And
what a great story!
It's a great story and perseverance. And the guy, again, he's staying put.
He got Mayo to try a gluten-free pizza.
He held on last year. They came
so close,
a sweet potato fry away from
close. We didn't
from making the most magic ever happen. We were here watching the game. I'm telling you, I saw it on TV here. We were rooting these kids on. They're local.
So close, but
this is local.
We did not revisit the last minute with him because
you guys
got
to come eat here. You come eat here, FAU students.
FAU guys, come on down. We don't want to say you're going to get
Boca's not that far away. We live in Deerfield,
but
it's okay.
NCAA rules. We'll see. You'll take good care of them if anybody.
No, the full price. They pay full price, and they eat, and we give them what they want.
They pay full price for nothing.
Boom.
There are no NCAA rules anymore.
Really? That's out the window. Huh, it's all good. All right, so should we start cutting into some burgers now? What are we doing here?
Yeah, you might need a
break.
We got to start
okay, so
with the special.
All right, I think we got to take our
we might
first
have to
break.
Get the chef.
Oh, yeah, it's 12:18.
Yeah, we'll get the chef.
We're going to take our first break. It is Thursday. It is a visit Lauderdale. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. I am so mixed up on my days. I'm a shot fighter. Tuesday, it's a Visit Lauderdale Tuesday, and it's time to talk about how Dine Out Lauderdale is going on and ongoing through the whole month of September. Originally, they thought it was just going to be August, and we're heading towards the end of August, beginning of September, and all those great deals where you go to some of the areas top. We talk about the fine dining, fancy restaurants, and get multi-course dinners at a discounted price. Like our friends up at Even Keel Fish Shack, where we'll be tomorrow. They're doing 3 courses for $45, and they have also some tremendous seafood dishes. They've got that fish stew, or it was like a kind of a chowder that had that little bit of a curry edge to it. That's on their menu, along with their swordfish that they do a beautiful fresh, like a pan-seared swordfish over this bed of all this kind of smeared and roasted like a cashew puree, and
you can't do it at home. That's why you go to these restaurants.
And we love Brad. We'll be with him tomorrow, and then places also like
sounds delicious.
Evelyn's on the beach. I'm going there tonight for a one of those.
Just what you need, more food. Yeah,
collaboration dinner tonight there at Evelyn's at the Four Seasons.
Who are you collaborating with?
Well, he's collaborating with Reno Serbone from Heritage. It's Brandon Solomon from Evelyn's and Reno from
you're going
Heritage,
high-end chef here.
and they're each doing 3 courses. But that's kind of one of the special offerings that you could go find out about some of these food events going on, along with all the great specials at more than 100 different restaurants in the county in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Go on to the website, visit lauderdale.com/dineout or dineoutlauderdale.com. You'll get the whole full rundown on every participant. And again, it's a great deals to be had, not just ending this week, but all month long in September as well. So check it out. And tell them if you ever go into a place that Lunchbox and Mike Mayo and Defo and Lubie said hi and sent you in there.
All right, sounds good. Mike Mayo, you're on your game. You're back on your game. The burger sweep comes up next here at Gilbert, 17th Street Grill. Outstanding food. Richie, you knocked it out of the park, and we're coming back with more in a moment.
That panko crust. Oh, so good.
Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine with a huge menu with something for everyone. seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day, open 7 days until late, parking available on site, happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. This August, Visit Lauderdale invites everyone under the sun to indulge in the annual Dine Out Lauderdale promotion. This year's options will be more diverse than ever, with fine dining restaurants, casual eateries, and even your favorite cafes and ice cream parlors part of the mix. From August 1st through 31st, scores of restaurants will be offering multi-course meals at discounted prices starting at just $45 per person. Diners can also enjoy sweets and treats, brunches, happy hour specials, and exclusive culinary experiences. This year's lineup includes 3030 Ocean, Foxy Brown, and Lasso Gaucho in Fort Lauderdale, Even Keel Fish Shack and Aruba Beach Cafe in Lauderdale by the Sea, Cafe Max in Pompano, The Cook and the Cork in Coral Springs, Union Kitchen and Bar in Wilton Manors, and more. Restaurants are being added by the day. For the full Dine Out Lauderdale lineup and all the details, go to dineoutlauderdale.com.
Are we back already?
We are back, yes.
We are back. We're on the Lunchbox. We are at
I think you might set a record here today.
with calorie consumption. I don't know.
No, I don't know about calorie consumption. If we just went by net weight, I think this might take the cake here. You know, we've had some great meals, a lot of different places. Always an overwhelming amount of food is brought out by the various people that own the restaurants and are serving us, which is fantastic. I mean, but and a wide variety of things here today. You are going to attempt what though?
Well, no,
to
I'm
set
not
a new record.
I'm not attempting anything yet. I just wanted to give praise because what we were highlighting today at Gilbert's was Richie's favorite things. And Richie, of course, the son of the owner, Lenore Gilbert, and Richie and his sister, Beth, are running the shop now, family owned. It's been here for, like he said, it's been 15 years.
Well, they have Kansas City Steakhouse before, which is
up in
very
Plantation.
popular. Yeah.
And
I
again,
used to love that place, actually.
the family patriarch, rest in peace, Bob Gilbert, poker player. He started off as he had a catering operation up in New York in the Catskills, and then I think they were also in the city. They moved down to Florida in the 80s and raised the family and had that Kansas City Steakhouse that was very popular.
I love that place.
And they opened this place, and it's been a hit ever since. Critical praise. I mean, every time I come in here, no matter whether
There was
it's
an article
lunchtime-
from the Sun Sentinel featuring like 3 places to go get burgers that I was reading. They have it out here on some of the tables, and very complimentary of Lenore and Gilbert's.
It's a great spot for burgers, and as Richie showed, so much more. The wings, the ribs, the
Wings
fish
are
sandwiches.
delicious. Those are
Those
excellent.
wings rival our friend Pat at Shenanigans. Again, Shenanigans, a sports bar that's been a long time friend of the show, and they're going to be the place to be for all the big
How
college
happy is
football.
Pat that the football season is back?
Oh,
around?
my God.
He's doing cartwheels. I mean, even though he has a bad shoulder and he messed up his back and collarbone, I saw him
Well,
doing
He does one of those
Shamanized.
cartwheels where he just does a flip. He doesn't even have his arms
one of
touch the
those.
ground.
Yeah, like does Tyreek do that?
Yeah.
Tyreek,
He does.
Hill-
Yeah. Tyreek Hill does.
So, this weekend, the start of college football season, and your Seminoles are going against LSU on Sunday night.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a big
Top 10
battle
matchup.
for the Labor Day weekend. I did have to mention one thing before we move on back to all the great food in front of us here at Gilbert's, and that is I messed up yesterday with the contest.
You gave away the wrong winner?
No, Stephen Eckert was the only one who selected both the actual winner of the Gulfstream contest race and the Travers Stakes, and that was Archangelo, number 7 at Gulfstream, number 2 at Travers at Saratoga, and also gave us Versailles was the restaurant. However, it kind of slipped through the cracks that there was a scratch, and I didn't realize the scratched horse at Gulfstream, somebody had that. It reverted to the post-time favorite, so they ended up winning the Gulfstream leg by having the scratched horse that turned into the favorite, and they also had number 2 Archangelo.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
And Karen Geller, my apologies, she emailed me after the show and said,
lawsuit?
She was actually
Anything?
very nice
No.
about
Yeah.
it. You shared the email with us. I give her credit because I would have blasted you and
well,
told you lots of things I would do on air
I
in
think
an email, and she
my
was really sweet
initial-
about it.
my initial response, and it goes for every industry, whether it's the restaurant, when you make a mistake, people can forgive mistakes. It's all about the recovery. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
recover? And I didn't say, oh, sorry, we can only give away one,
No,
or
no.
you didn't really have the actual winner. You had the scratched horse, because it's in the rules. If you
Thank,
get the
thank goodness
scratched
you have
horse.
Joe Beja to bail
Yeah,
you out.
Joe,
Yeah,
we
I
can also trust
without
that
that,
Joe will
you're a
take care
dead
of
meat
us.
here, Mayo. Come on.
So my initial response was my apologies. It totally slipped through the cracks. You are absolutely right. You should have been in the hat. It should have been a tiebreaker between you and Stephen Eckert. And because
Do what we would have done if we had made that same mistake, and we would put the 2 names back in the hat and then drawn Steven's name.
no, the way it works with me is I said, I apologize, Karen. You should have been in the hat, and we're going to make you an automatic winner. And I will beg and plead
That's
with
the
Joe
move,
B.
yeah.
And if he doesn't, then I'll
Yeah, we'll
reach
take
into
care
my
of it.
pocket with some of my, insurance.
crap.
Insurance has to go towards rebuilding the house. We all know that. But I will be able to
Wait a
reach in
minute,
my
you're
pocket.
not even noticing
God,
that
what
there's
is
an
going on?
assault being
Beth is here. I
Yeah,
didn't even
we're
get to eat my
assembled
burger.
here
I
to
know,
our
and it's
right.
already time for dessert.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come sit. Beth Gilbert joining us as
This is
usual.
crazy, yeah.
We're in the Cordova shops in Fort
Beth,
Lauderdale.
Beth, what are you doing? I mean,
Gilbert's
this is insane when you've
17.
What did I
assembled here
do?
to
I
the
didn't
right.
do anything.
All
How
right.
else
You
my
have
mom wanted
100
me to do it?
desserts.
We didn't
over
even
here.
get the full rundown from your brother about all. Like
Well,
we
tell
got
me
through the
what-
fish sandwiches.
You got through the
We didn't
fish.
really talk about the chimichurri burger, which is one
Okay,
of his
that's
favorites.
selling
too.
like crazy right now.
And that's got
people love it. Corwin makes that homemade chimichurri sauce. It's delicious. There's so much flavor. He actually makes 3 sauces in one to combine them, and it's amazing. It even smells amazing.
Corwin, the chef, also your husband.
Yes, I'm
and-
sorry, my
yeah,
husband,
no,
too.
and it looks delicious. And then we had the this was the brie burger.
Well, that's the one we're most known for. Like
Yeah.
when we first opened years ago, I guess how long we've been here? Like 15, 16
15?
years.
Yeah, about that.
That
yeah.
that was the first burger. That was my mom's burger. She
And it
picked
has
that.
what's it have on
So
it?
it has
It's
brie cheese, bacon, and these crispy fried onion straws that we make homemade here. They're delicious. It like brings out more flavor because brie is like a soft cheese. It's like, it has
Yeah.
flavor, but not like overpowering like
Very
you would
mild.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how the bacon and the fried onion straws bring out that flavor. It's delicious.
Now, what do we have here in front of me?
This is
Because
the hickory.
the
Now,
hickory.
Richard swears by this burger. He loves to sell this burger.
I've never had this burger.
How have you not had this burger? You've been here how many years?
Because I'm like one of those creatures of habit. I come in and it's like, oh, maybe I'll try something new, but the tried and true here are so good. It's like I always get either the Havarti
Well,
bacon
that's my
burger
favorite,
on the
actually. Or the
English
goat
muffin.
cheese is my favorite.
Goat
More of
cheese,
your
yeah.
hypocrisy, though, is that you would recommend to anybody else that they try a variety of things, and then you come in here for 15 years and order the
He's
same
a
burger
creature
meal.
of habit.
So
Yes.
what's on the hickory
Okay,
burger?
so the hickory is a hickory smoked barbecue sauce that we make here.
Mhm.
It has bacon, Swiss cheese, and
Swiss.
panko breaded onion rings.
Okay.
And
You've
the
done
one-
a
I'm
flattening
Are you?
job.
What is this?
is
A
he doing?
smash burger?
Well, no, but I'm not letting. This is so that it's my mouth can accommodate. So first of all, does
Okay.
ketchup or mayo belong on this burger or
I
not?
mean, if you want it, it depends. What
I'm
do you
going
like?
in with just naked.
I think
naked.
you should just go. The
It's got
sauce is
barbecue.
really good.
Okay,
All right,
and
here we go.
Look, there's a little bit of the hickory sauce dribbling down here. It's soon going to be either in my mouth or on my face. We'll see what
All
I
right,
could
well,
do.
let's see what happens.
And then
Beth,
after
you might
this-
want to lean one
Yeah,
way
I
or
think
the
I'm
other.
gonna
We'll
go
get to
this
desserts.
way.
The bacon looks particularly good and
She's
crispy.
leaning to the
You know,
right.
I
yeah.
love that bacon. It's so crispy. I smell it when they make it in the oven. It's
Oh,
delicious.
That's so good. Just
Here
in
we
time
go.
for the high holidays.
Right.
Sorry, Rabbi.
You still got 2 weeks. Don't worry.
All right, here we go. The hickory burger.
You really went in on that.
No, that was nothing about.
Really?
He's weakening in the stretch
Yeah,
here.
he is.
Yeah. He already did a demonstration bite that was
I like to get
Yeah.
the full.
circus-like. Yes.
I'm sure you're right.
Why don't you wait till you finish that before
Yeah,
you start commenting on
before
it?
you spit it
Yeah,
up
in
all
the
on
meantime,
us.
He was around Harvey Fialkov, a friend of ours from the Sun Sentinel, who
Right.
always eats with his mouth, full, or talks with his
Toy
mouth
mouth
full.
full.
Yeah. And that's Mayo now on the show. We developed a real animal out of his guy. Well, what do you think there, Michael? Critique?
I'm still chewing.
Still chewing?
You're right that the sauce, the hickory sauce on the burger, it doesn't need anything else. It does not need any ketchup. I might put a light smear of mayo on the bottom because I do like that extra creaminess.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
not bad.
get the Swiss on the top and the mayo on the bottom. I used to hate mayo.
I
on
You've
burgers.
become addicted to mayonnaise lately.
I become.
He's putting it on
Really?
everything. He put it on French toast the other day.
Well, I just watched him put it on sweet fries before. I
It's
thought that
sweet
was a little
fries.
strange.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
I've gone
And
from.
look at that very generous paste job that he's done there.
I've gone from.
You think it was Gorilla Glue you were putting on there? Right?
I've gone from being a self-hating condiment to just totally
I
loving.
really
the
hate
mayo.
mayo.
All right, here we go.
I can't
Do
even
you?
believe you like mayo.
Well.
Well, maybe it's because it's in your last name.
Mhm.
Is that why? Are you trying to trademark something here we don't
I
know
might.
about?
You know, there's this new mayonnaise that's up in New York. That
Mayo's
like
mayonnaise.
A sponsor. No, it's Mike's Marvelous Mayonnaise.
Wow.
So you think that has me written all over it,
It
as
does.
a spokesperson.
For it. Definitely.
If any reps of Mike's Marvelous Mayo is out there,
After they see this display, they're not going to want
I
to
don't know what
back
they're
anything
gonna
that you're
think.
doing. I'm amazed Gilbert's is still on board.
that's a good burger.
It is a good burger, right?
Yeah,
Richard sells that all the time.
that's going to go on my list along with his Little Richard. The fish
Oh my
sandwich
goodness.
is so
With
good.
the mushrooms.
The cod was good.
Yeah, he's
Um,
obsessed with putting mushrooms on everything. Like if I watch him eat during the day, my brother puts mushrooms on anything that he's eating.
Does he put it on the key lime pie?
Maybe.
Ooh. You know, I
The
shouldn't.
guys try to put hot sauce in the key lime pie as we're making it. That's the funny part.
I shouldn't say anything because one of like the best restaurants in Miami that has a Michelin star is called Ariette. Really good chef named Mike Beltran. But one of his famous desserts, he made a flan with candy capped mushrooms. So it was kind of like a
Wow.
glazed sweetened mushroom that he put
That
on
sounds
the flan.
delicious.
I think that's right up Richie's
That,
alley.
Yeah,
that's
I
that
think so,
whole
too.
Art Basel mentality, though, where you stick like a palm tree in a toilet bowl and you call it life. I mean, it's crazy. Come on.
No, mushrooms
in
can
the
have
flan.
that, but no, it could have that sweetness. They
Don't
caramelize
knock
it.
till you try it.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where I thought I was going to hate it. I rolled my eyes, but it was good. I mean,
Yeah,
and
I
again,
can see that.
for those who like fungus among us, the mushroom, the candy cap mushroom flan was a winner. Got him a Michelin star, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. So
All right.
Yeah, we have no stars. Sorry.
that's what. This is what my problem is with all these. Okay, a lot of restaurants and chefs, they get into the game, they bring passion, but then they get totally caught up in the world of ratings and rankings and James Beard Awards and Michelin stars, and it's like, just look at the people in front of you that come through the door. If they're all smiling and happy and devouring sandwich upon sandwich and burger upon burger and then have dessert after that, like me, then you know you're doing something right.
Oh yeah, no, I take that as the biggest compliment. When you see people sitting there like happy and eating and laughing, like I love that. Like when we're real busy on a Friday or Saturday, I'm behind the line in the kitchen and I look out and I see all these people having the best time. Like that just means everything to us. That's exactly all we want to do.
Right.
Is make people happy.
That's the beauty of the whole hospitality business. You get that instant gratification where people, you see them smiling. And like Richie, when he saw me take that first bite of the Little Richard, he said words weren't even necessary. And he was right. He called it life-changing.
He did.
But I called it spine-tingling because literally when I took that big bite, and I did take a big bite of it, but when it started, I started finally getting it all down and it started hitting my stomach, the flavors in my mouth and the way, and that the fish was so nice and fresh and grilled perfectly. It really made me tingle. And I that's, I guess, why I'm a food guy. Because
did you say it made you tinkle?
Tingle. Oh, tingle. I did
Tingle.
tinkling. I did earlier.
He's not still at the blood test.
Besides the blood, I did the tinkling earlier. This was tingle with a G.
He set himself up, Beth, for this blood test that he was taking this morning by eating two absolutely, I mean, Goliath-sized dinners last night, back to back.
Just a little bit at the Italian place where we were taping a show with the FAU basketball coach, Dusty May.
He had meatballs, pala alla vodka, pizza. He had a stromboli sandwich. And then he goes and eats.
The meatball was probably this big, right?
It was a small meatball.
Yeah, reasonably sized,
Half a bite of a gluten-free pizza slice, a couple of pieces of ziti, and all right,
listen,
maybe
Donald,
it was a whole
and you weighed in at 215 at the doctor's office also, right?
Luckily, no weigh in today, so that was just strictly the blood work. How about this? We should take a break, and then we'll move on to dessert, and you can talk about.
Wow.
Well, we'll sample some of your creations, and including your own spin on Mom's key lime pie. We'll talk more about that after these words.
If food could speak, though, I mean, those key lime pie slices are calling our names, are they not?
They are.
I mean, from the table over there where they're set up right now, you're thinking, all right, as great as all of this is, you're ready to dive in for a dessert. It's amazing.
Me, I'm usually show no restraint, but I'm going to hold off on this burger. I will take this for
I think you might have reached your limit.
And then I do want to try a lot of the desserts because she asked me for an honest critique of how her key lime pie compares to Mom's, Lenore, and I will give
the last critique he gave under these circumstances at his ex-wife's house.
Oh, God.
She made the mistake of inviting him over for dinner. She makes something she prepared for like 3 days, and he says, "Could have used a little more salt."
No, it was actually a little too much salt.
I'll
pick up Natalia tomorrow.
Sometimes she gets
I need
a little.
an honest review. I really asked for it.
And that's the other thing. When people come in, you see the happy faces, but if something's not right, you
I
want
to know.
You want to know right away,
so
you can make it right. You don't want to read about it on Let's Eat South Florida or
No,
Yelp
I don't.
or anything
I
like
hate
that.
that because one of us is always here and we're always want to make it right. Whether it ends up resulting that you can't stand the food at all and we give you your money back, like we want you to be happy, want you to leave happy.
Want you to come back and they'll do everything they can to make you happy. And like you said, the worst part is people say, "Well, I don't like confrontation," but then they go on and they just start ripping.
Yeah, I just
look at her. She's smiling.
I'm
she's
really
happy.
sweet. I'll do anything. Like I'm usually
bite.
nice.
I'll bark and bite, but that's why I don't run a restaurant. But she does. And if something isn't to your satisfaction, just let her know, and they'll try to make it right. That's
Let's Eat South Florida, though. Yeah. What is the place? Patricia's, Deerfield Beach, and they have one on off Oakland Park Boulevard, the 33rd Street area. Just south of it, must be like 32nd Street. I mean, got annihilated by somebody there.
Really?
On, Let's Eat South Florida.
These things happen.
Patricia's.
We don't have to talk about
it. Said it was horrendous.
Yeah,
this and that.
This is terrible that we're even going over.
Why do you have to name them? It was like it was a review that wasn't even based in much fact or reality.
I heard mostly good things about this joint. I know you're wearing a Giant fan.
No, I mean I've heard mixed things about it in terms of it's one of those. You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's just take a break and we'll be back after these words to have some sweet talk with dessert.
Oh, I like
on the
that.
Lunchbox from Gilbert's.
It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
We're at Gilbert 17th Street Grill in the Cordova Shops, Fort Lauderdale. It's right near the port, right near the airport, right near the 17th Street corridor. It is so convenient everywhere, and you're open every day but Sunday. Is that right? I got you.
11 to 9.
6 days a week, lunch and dinner, fabulous spot. And we're here with Beth Gilbert, and it is now time for dessert.
Oh, it is time
Yay.
for dessert. Okay, so I brought out a bunch of cookies, and then I specifically brought out this key lime pie because my mom, as you know, hasn't been feeling up to herself lately. So she hasn't been in and she hasn't been baking. So she agreed to let me try and make her key lime pie. Don't laugh at me. She agreed. Okay. She agreed to let me try to make it. Now, it took me a number of times to get it like hers. Like, I made it good, but it wasn't hers. Now I think I've perfected it.
Who
where
did the
it
taste testing on the initial like batches?
A lot of people who eat it here. Like, so we have a couple cops come in for lunch all the time. I made sure they ate it. I had a couple customers at night who eat it all the time. So I made sure that they tasted it. My mom actually tried it and
you
told
brought her a
me.
piece?
Yeah, Richard snuck it out and showed it to her.
Ah.
And
She
she
gave it-
actually said I did a good job.
Great.
Did you have to get her blessing and approval in order to serve it, or you were going to go do it anyway?
I just had to do it anyway.
Okay.
But it wasn't, I said it wasn't hers. I said I made it. I
Right.
was clear about it because she said she didn't want to insult the customers to think that it wasn't hers, because she's very adamant about her key lime pie. So she agreed that it tasted like hers. I got it right.
So, okay,
So now I
let's-
need you
let's
to
talk
try it.
Did you
to
have
tell
any
me.
of the basic ideas about what goes into it? Obviously, you knew
Yeah,
the basic
there's not a
ingredients are
lot
the
of
same. But
ingredients.
You got the
Okay.
recipe
Yeah.
from her, right?
She
gave it
gave
up.
me the recipe.
gave you the recipe,
She gave it
okay.
up. This is her recipe.
All right.
Okay. But it takes like a certain way of doing it and putting it together and
Sure.
mixing it that she's very
Does it-
adamant about.
Does it have to like chill in a pan before being
Well,
baked, or what?
No, it just goes right in the oven,
Right in
and
the
you
oven?
only bake it for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
that's the thing. You have to watch it, and it has to be at a certain temperature. It can't have like the convection fan on. It has to just cook, and then it has to sit. It has
Can-
to sit
can-
overnight.
Can we talk ingredients? Is it key lime
Oh
juice?
my God, she would kill me.
Okay.
She would
Condensed
literally
milk?
kill me.
Graham cracker crust. Okay,
Yes.
let's talk key lime pie in general.
Yeah.
Because the big debate with key lime pie, Defo, as you all know, is whipped cream versus meringue. I see here that you're on team
We're
whipped cream, which is
whipped
my
cream.
team. I
Yeah,
love
is
the
it?
whipped cream. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a debate over
Oh,
with
big.
meringue.
Down in the Keys, you go down
Really?
there and half of them are whipped cream, half of them are meringues. I don't like the meringue. It's too sweet for me. I think it
Yeah,
throws off the balance. Whipped cream is just a beautiful, creamy topping. And okay, everybody, Defo,
Oh, I'm
I
very nervous.
have not touched the fork
Clean
yet.
fork. All right.
All right.
But what I do, my technique is you want to get
Just
an
spread
even
it all the way?
distribution, kind of like cream cheese on a bagel. You want your whipped cream.
you have to smear it over
You
everything.
smear your whipped cream evenly distributed. And because it's
Beth,
me,
we need you on the show more often. We really do. You're just as astonished
like-
by this as we are.
I like having a good chunk of crust with my
I
pie.
could see that.
So
Oh my
I
God.
go
this
in
is very
from this
nerve-wracking
corner.
right now.
Oh, this is going to
There
get
we
on my
go.
nose.
Oh my
It's gonna be-
God.
This is
But-
Mr. Food Critic.
All right, here we go.
I know.
You know what? Actually,
This is
This
like
is
the
actually-
epitome of food tasting
I shouldn't
right
be
now.
doing a carnival act here because I want to actually
Oh,
taste
it's a
the key
taste
lime
test.
pie. So I'm going to be assessing the crust and the interior. And I
Okay.
like the little lime zest on top.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
always
very
has to
nice.
put
I
lime
think you're
zest.
going to
It's
drop it in your
important.
lap. I really believe that.
No, he's
There
not.
you go.
Oh, he got it.
Most of it.
Oh. Okay, we need honesty though right now.
Is that somebody you would trust their opinion about whether or not
Yes,
the
of course.
flavor was comparable
Come
to your
on.
mom's?
Yes,
Really?
I would. He's putting his finger up like it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying not to embarrass her. That's the goal. That's my
So-
only end goal. No embarrass
you
your
see,
mother,
This is something people haven't seen since I was like a professional, newspaper critic.
right?
It's that furrowed brow
Right.
where you're kind of like assessing everything, textures,
Making
flavors.
sure the flavors.
And now I'm
everything's
going
there.
back for the second bite.
All right.
Just to,
Make sure that initial bite was the same flavor you're having on the second bite.
all right.
You're beginning to catch on to the
I know.
ridiculousness of this person.
I'm getting it. It's okay though. It works for him.
Yeah.
You want my honest opinion?
Yes, I do.
First of all, mom should be proud because the flavors are on point, as
Okay.
the kids say.
Wow, that's
Uh-oh.
impressive.
Here
Okay.
comes the rest.
Here comes the best.
Yeah.
The
Nice
worst part.
balance, really
Okay.
nice balance. And the it's a graham cracker or what's
Yeah,
the
graham
crust? It's a
cracker
graham
crust, yeah.
cracker crust is fine.
Okay.
I think what I'd like is a little the texture a little bit thicker, like a little bit more hearty. I don't know if I'm misremembering your
Okay,
mom's, but I
so-
think it's a little bit like kind of
so you
firmer.
liked it. You liked it when it's cooked more.
I like
See,
it when
I'm
it's
getting-
a little bit like a little bit firmer texture. To me,
Okay,
this is a
so-
little bit soft, a little bit more like a
Creamy
pudding
texture.
or a thing.
So you know what's
or
funny?
a mousse, like a mousse.
A gentleman eats my mom's pie at night.
Mhm.
Tried it the other night and told me I had it too thick.
There you go.
So I worked on it to get it lighter. So this is the lighter version.
This is the lighter
so now
version.
I got to get in
Now
between those
the
two.
Goldilocks.
I'm gonna get there.
One was a little too firm.
Right.
One was a little too
light.
soft.
Right.
And next time you'll get it just right. But
Yeah.
flavor wise,
Okay. It's hers,
perfect.
right?
I will eat it. I'm going to eat
Okay.
the rest of it. I could even put the rest of it in my mouth in one bite with
Oh,
my hands,
oh,
but I'm not going to
really?
do that. No.
Okay.
Here
I
you
don't
go.
want to see that.
We'll give it a
You
try.
don't-
I'm not really in the mood for that right now. Okay, but that was good feedback because it was funny because this gentleman said to me totally the opposite. But I did cooked that
You
one a
tweaked it
little
a
bit
little bit.
longer, and then
Okay.
this one I cooked a little less. So
All right.
I got to go right in
So
the middle
split the
there.
difference.
Yeah.
But again, the flavor
honestly,
is
Beth, nobody would have a problem with this. It's absolutely fantastic.
no.
I mean,
no, I
if your
need
mother
that.
was critical, that'd be one thing. I think Mayo's just being picayune because
No, I
he finds
don't think
he
he's being
has to
picky at
have
all.
something to say.
I don't
This is
think
what
so. This is
separates-
he
what
has
love
to have
is.
something to say.
I think this is love. He's telling me the truth. I need to know.
This is what separates the amateurs from the pros. Because
Right.
like I
How could you trust this man's opinion after watching him eat? That's the question. Yeah.
that's the confounding conundrum.
This is a man
at
who
the center.
smeared the whipped cream on the pie
Right.
and then
Which-
shoveled a whole piece in his face at once. And he's telling you, "Oh, the texture."
Now I did. Okay, did I not explain the rationale behind the spreading
You
of the
did,
whipped cream?
you did.
Does it
And-
make
and-
sense?
It's
It
that of
does
a
make
mentally
sense.
disturbed person.
when we have food discussions and debates, all I want out of people on Let's Eat or anywhere really
Right.
is like put forth your argument and give reasons and rationale. And maybe I'm not going to agree with you. Maybe we're going to have different tastes because food is subjective.
Correct.
But if you explain it, I could accept it and
As
then deem you a
Michelle Mayo probably told you many times, you don't always have to find something wrong with it.
No.
Something.
She
Hold on.
usually
Yeah, yeah.
says, "Get out, get out
Yeah.
now."
I wanted
Yeah.
honest feedback.
Well,
I
that's
needed
fine, yeah.
it. Look,
And-
my mom's not here right now, and so I have to try and do and represent her
Right.
the best I can. So, like,
Hey,
that
I think you did a
helps.
very
and on a
admirable
serious
job.
note, I
Right.
mean,
Very admirable.
look, my mom has had some struggles this month. Your mom is, they're
Yeah.
on the rebound,
Yes,
and it's just so admirable the way that you and Richie. I mean, this is a
we're
family-run
trying.
joint, and
you know,
you've come together, rallied in her absence, and I think your customer base, not only understands and appreciates everything
they've
that
been
you guys have done, but they also know that the quality has not suffered. And never mind nitpicky critics like me who's saying, "Oh, it's a little bit too soft,"
Yeah.
because I always give honest feedback to a fault. But
I love it.
but all the food here is delicious, and we're so happy that you've come on board and been such great partners with us.
Try
on
the
the
chocolate
Lunchbox.
thing before
Okay, so
you sign off.
This
there,
is
'cause
a
that
very,
looks great.
This is
yeah.
very interesting. So when my dad years ago, before he passed, he got sick the first time. My mom was stuck taking care of him, and she wasn't in the restaurant at all. And I didn't know how to even try to make her desserts, but I made cookies. So I thought to myself, what am I going to do? I have to fill up these 2 cabinets full of cookies and everything. So what I did was I took everything I could find in house and I put it on top of this cookie, and I called it the kitchen sink. And I filled up the whole
There you
cabinets
go.
with these what I called kitchen sink cookies. And to this day, we still sell them.
What's on
And
it?
that's what everything chocolate.
I see white
everything
chocolate.
more-
I see milk chocolate. I see. Is that like Mounds bars or?
Candy
hold
bars,
that thing up
everything.
there. Yeah,
Twix.
hold this thing up. There
Got
you go.
that.
Look at
Did we
this.
take pictures of this, Lubie? Okay. Well, I'm gonna
There's a little of everything.
Go
in there.
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
Oh,
heated
you
it.
can pick them up just like that. They're
Yeah.
already cooked.
like
I
that.
heated it.
I'm gonna take
Very
this
good.
one.
Yeah. Go ahead. That looks like it has like a butterfinger.
This
on
one,
it.
yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
a. Oh, look at it. It's ooey gooey. Oh no.
Oh, that's all you.
That's it then. I didn't touch that one.
All right. Very
That's
good.
all you. I'm gonna
I
put this
might have
over
tried
here.
this
How about
one.
Beth
The
will have a
kitchen
bite
sink,
with
a new
us.
variation of the kitchen
And,
sink.
and again, we're not going to see you until next
When?
month, until after the Jewish New Year.
Oh,
And
that's good.
so I'm going to toast with this kitchen sink cookie and
Okay.
say for Rosh Hashanah and the Jewish New Year, I'm going to say Lashana
I'm losing
Tova,
cookies.
and may you have a sweet New Year.
Oh, sweet New Year.
A
Yes.
sweet and healthy one, and may we all be inscribed in the book of life. And for me, maybe the book of diabetes as well. But I'm going to go in
Yes.
and say
took a bite,
L'chaim.
yeah.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
No, that was delicious. I mean,
Here, wait,
Mm.
take
a
this.
sweetness sensation, the likes of which nobody probably has experienced ever. I mean, a fantastic combination.
And I got to tell you, as soon as my mouth is clear, look at this. Have you ever seen something like this?
You really do need a cut man on the show.
I know. I
Yeah.
could be your
I'm
assistant
like a
if you want.
5-year-old.
Shouldn't they put a little Vaseline on his eye there where the blood is coming
I'm
from?
dropping things.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
No, but the kids on Instagram now, they love the things with the cheese.
Yeah,
pull.
that gooey
Well, the
pull.
cheese
We
pull
watch
usually
that.
is, on the
Yeah.
cheddar fries. This one has marshmallow pull.
Pull.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
gooey
does.
pull.
We get that a lot.
That's good stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
We're
That-
not quite done yet,
fantastic, yeah.
Defo. I did want to talk about one thing that was being discussed on Let's Eat, and I was talking about it a little bit with Beth during the break. But it's somebody had an issue with a bagel shop up in Coral Springs because they introduced a new item, a rainbow bagel, which I don't know why a rainbow bagel
They're
exists
very
or what it
popular
is.
now.
Why?
Because they're kind of fun.
because it's a multicolored bagel. Do you feed them
Yeah.
to unicorns?
No, I don't think. But kids would love it. Think about a kid.
Oh,
Would
okay.
love a rainbow
So
bagel.
it's just a basic regular bagel with food dye in it.
And yeah, it tastes like a regular bagel, a
So
plain
you
bagel.
put cream cheese on a rainbow bagel. I don't know if Ron DeSantis would approve that, but
That's what I was thinking. Why is it even allowed in Florida?
I'm going from a traditionalist route. I like my bagels. Give me the everything. Give me even a egg or
Yeah.
like a pumpernickel, but whatever. But the unicorn bagel or the rainbow bagel, as it's being sold, is a new item at this bagel shop. This woman went in to pick up her usual 24 bagels and some cream cheese and was shocked to discover that the price was $46 as opposed to the usual amount that she paid, which was probably $10 cheaper.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And she learned when she got rung up that they charge an extra $1.50 per bagel
Oh, for the
each
coloring?
for the rainbow bagels. But it was not printed on the menu board. It's not printed on their written menu. It wasn't on their online menu
But do
because I
they
checked.
carry the rainbow bagels online? Like, is it on their menu or is it a special they're
It's
running?
a new item, and that's the thing.
Oh,
They
okay.
introduced it as a new item, and I guess they didn't post it anywhere that it's an extra charge, upcharge, whatever you want
Right.
to call it.
Isn't that
So-
like double the price of a bagel?
Well, the bagels there go for about, I think, $1.75. Oh, no,
All
actually,
right,
like
so-
$16 a dozen there. So you do the
So you
math.
had $1.50
Almost,
per bagel.
it's
That's
almost
pretty
doubling
steep.
the price.
Right. Yes.
So the woman basically, when she found out it was extra, she made the clerk put back half of the rainbow bagels and
Okay.
substitute them with a standard egg bagel and get the difference. And I sided with the woman. I said, I deem your gripe legitimate because to me, as a customer, the last thing you want is surprises.
Right.
And you just want clear communication. So I say, if it was such a new item that they haven't had time to put it on the menu board or on a printed menu, that it's on the clerk to say,
by
upon
the
ordering,
way-
hey, if you're going to get the rainbow bagels, it's an extra $1.50 each at the time of the order.
Right.
And no surprises.
Also with bagels, I mean, if you're ordering a plain bagel, essentially any bagel experience or buying experience, I remember if you got the everything bagel, it's the same price. Right? A bagel's
yeah,
a bagel.
no, a bagel's
Yeah.
bagel, even the one with the extra
So you wouldn't
But
expect
maybe
to
it takes
pay
more
$1.50.
labor in order
Yeah.
to make these because
That's
of
what
the
they say,
coloring. Do you know what I mean?
because
Because you have to twist
the
it and
hand
the whole thing.
she
Yeah.
knows because she's in the back in the kitchen in the with the ovens
No,
and the
so it
baker.
must be a thing. But
That's what they cited. They
I don't
said
disagree
additional
that
labor.
the clerk probably
should have had the
should have
price,
said something.
stated,
Like I
yes.
find that when we take orders and like we with all your burgers or sandwiches, you always get fries, sweet potato fries as coleslaw as
Right.
an included charge, except for our wings. But if you want onion rings or roasted potatoes or
Upcharge.
vegetables, there's an upcharge. And we always say, yes, you can have that, but there'll be a charge of X
Clear
amount. Do you know what I mean?
communication.
We try to do that. I mean, sometimes it's very busy and we may
It
miss
might
it,
slip.
but we always are very transparent about what we're doing.
And that's the way it should be. And you guys do things the right way. And before we wrap up today, another place that does things the right way, I got to do our daily live spot for Tropical Acres Steakhouse. You guys used to be in the steak game, and probably know of Tropical Acres and the Studi Alley family.
Delicious.
They do a great job. We love them here on the Lunchbox. We did a show with Jack and his sons, Joe, and then his adopted son, he calls him Jackson. But we had a great time doing a live show there a couple of weeks ago, actually over a month ago. But you're going to want to get in there soon because it is a great place for steaks and seafood and so much more. Tonight's Tuesday, Defo. What does that mean?
Half price on Ovino, which is a great deal, and the prices there are more than comfortable anytime, and certainly comparable to any place else that you will go, and an extremely high, like Gilbert's, extremely high level of quality
And service.
and service with a
Because
smile.
They've been around since
Same
1949.
kind of passion for the
Wow.
presentation as they have here at
The
Gilbert's.
Studi Alley family takes great passion and pride in what they do, just like the Gilbert family does
Yeah.
here at Gilbert 17th Street.
You notice the theme there? The family-owned places. They really do a hell of a job. Yeah, yeah.
Family owned, pride. They're not answering to corporate. If they want to throw a new menu item together and it tastes good, they don't have to run it up a corporate flagpole and take 3 months. They could boom. Richie likes a new fish sandwich. The little Richie, it's on there. He'll throw some mushrooms on the key lime pie. I don't know if we're going to see that because your mother
you may
won't
see
talk
it
to him
next
again.
month.
Well, you threw some cold water at it, but
Okay, Tropical Acres.
Yeah.
They've been in business since 1949. That's a little bit longer than Defo's been around. You know they're doing something right. They have half price.
They look a lot better than I do, though.
Half price drinks in the bar during happy hour, which is Monday through Friday from 4 to 6:30, along with great light bites. And then you go in the dining room, you get the full shebang. You get the filet mignon, the prime rib. They've got the twin Maine lobster specials going all summer long. $39 for twin pound to a pound and a quarter lobsters from the cold Atlantic waters with a salad and side dish. You can't beat that deal.
You can't tell them apart either. Yeah.
Like you could be hired. Did
Oh,
you
I
think
think
maybe
they
they
already
should
did.
hire you like to work there?
As a greeter, it might be in my near future.
You could just do this. You have a knack for this.
I love the place, and it's
I'm
one of
ready
those.
to go over right now and eat.
I still don't understand people that go on Let's Eat, and even my daughter the other day says, "What?" She was reading some of the comments on one of the
on
Tropical Acres
yeah.
posts. She goes, "Dad, I don't understand why people don't like it. It's good there." She
Right.
goes with
It's always
me and
good.
her mom
Right.
all the time, and she loves it because they just do a good, solid job. We love Tropical Acres. Go in there, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the airport and I-95. Open every day but Sunday, and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
And time to say goodbye here
Yeah.
on the show. That theme music means it's Exit City. But
Yeah.
Beth, wonderful time.
Oh,
Desserts
thanks
are
for having us.
spectacular. I overwhelming amount of food presented here today, and you got to see what Mayo's really all about. There,
Just a complete.
I love it.
No, I don't know. I
insufferable is the word that we
Insufferable.
like
Shadow
to
wouldn't
use.
even
yeah.
go anywhere near
one of
describing
those
that.
critics who. No, she said.
I mean,
she
you
wanted
don't know
honest
my
feedback.
father, so then if you knew my father, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a great guy. Beth, thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
for
lot.
having
Yeah.
us.
We'll do
Gilbert.
it again next month,
Definitely.
maybe
And
after
Mom
Yom
will be
Kippur,
here.
after we've all atoned
Yes.
for our sins, and for me, they are many. And and then we'll be, I'm sure, hopefully seeing Mom again.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
can't wait. And then we could do an actual key lime pie throwdown showdown.
Oh, I
you
like
bake
that.
one, she bakes one, and then put a blindfold on me.
Maybe she'll teach me how to make her cheesecake at some point.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It might
She's not
take
giving
some
up.
bribery or.
Well, I stole her recipe, and then I realized
the
it
key
wasn't.
lime?
No, the cheesecake. I found it in her car, and I thought that I was going to make it because I found the recipe, but I knew it was wrong. She'd written it down
She
completely.
writes dummy recipes.
She did. It was a dummy recipe.
It's a booby
I
trap.
knew it was. I said, "You don't put this much sour cream in there," and she goes,
That's like
"Why would you take it from me?"
that's like God with Abraham
That's
on the
great.
mountain, asking him to sacrifice. Like she would throw you under the bus. She
she
was going to
did.
have you make it, and then it was
She
going to
was.
be.
This
wow.
is bad. This is
Oh,
bad.
This is only the kind of thing that a dastardly critic like me could like. But good stuff. All right, Beth, you're a natural. You're just like your mom. We had a great time, and it's basically time to bid adieu. Defo, any walks in your future? You kind of got.
No, the foot's a little sore. I think I'll take another day off and come back strong tomorrow.
All right, rest
But,
it up. Rest
yeah,
up.
see what happens there.
All right.
And in the meantime, you got 100 sandwiches you can enjoy.
That's it. Thanks again to everybody here at Gilbert's, Richie, Beth, Corwin, and the whole staff here. Mike Lubitz on the production board, Jeff Defo DeForest. I'm Mike Mayo saying thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow from Even Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea. Come on out if you get a chance. And until then, enjoy every key lime pie, kitchen sink cookie, and enjoy every burger and sandwich.